Hi. My fucking internet went out. It was awesome. There's a goddamn lightning went on. Like, it was nuts. So like we're in the middle of talking about whatever, right? And like and you might have seen it on the stream, but like the lights flickered because fucking lightning went off like right out there, and it was too cool. DP double penetration with both fucking holes. Holy shit! Turn out the lights. Um, I'll tell you who turned out the lights. Whoever is in charge of the goddamn clouds up there, because we were in the middle of talking, right, and like lightning, like it went kapow, and it was like right outside. And the lights in here flickered real quick, and I think I reacted to where it showed up on the screen. The goddamn shit just all went out and came back on. And at first, the first thing was there was no goddamn air conditioning. This is fucking Texas, so that was already terrifying. I'm like, oh shit, uh my lights are on but the AC isn't on. I'm gonna have to fucking wash my face awful quick because uh but then luckily crisis averted, everyone. The AC kicked on. But I'm wondering, well, why isn't the internet back on? See, this place is set up weird. It's like I don't have my own separate internet connection. Shuck did this. Shuck and Corny. That's what I think. You're correct, Matt Hebner. Thank you. Thank you, Spurg, for coming back. Spurg, did you see God tried to kill me a few minutes ago and shot me with lightning and knocked my power out? Did you see that? I almost died. I was almost murdered. Um, but then it came out, and then I'm like, I just keep refreshing like the Wi-Fi connections. I'm like, okay, my apartment's not back on, because like they like provide internet to the whole apartment, so it was like it looked like looked like the internet was coming on per apartment number. So I just keep refreshing, waiting for mine to come back on, and then woohoo, magic of the internet, here I am, and I'm back. Uh, Dylan may have took this opportunity to get the fuck out of here and not rejoin, but I sent him the link to rejoin if possible. But that's just well, that's just what you get for living here. Because we had like a hail it was like a severe thunderstorm hail warning thingamabob earlier, but it was supposed to be ended by now, right? Because like I went to get pot belly because I was craving, of all things on this goddamn planet, I was craving chicken salad sandwich. and so I was there, and my Sirius XM just kept flashing. It was like severe fucking thunderstorm in this area. Everybody's gonna fucking die tonight. If you don't die from lightning, you'll die from fucking hell. And I'm hitting there eating that chicken salad, and I'm going, well, I hope this doesn't interfere with my stream about Breaking Bad. Uh, but but hey, Matt, if you're not lying, I'm sending you the link. I expect you to join, unless you were kidding. Then please tell me now, because I have to like lean forward, and it's a real inconvenience, leaning and shit. But if Dylan, maybe it turns out Dylan as well had a lightning issue, and he's just like he can't rejoin even if he wants to. Y'all like my neck? That was a new design thing I thought of in like 1 second. It's really good. Let's go, Doc. All right, man. I'm sending you the link. So give me a second here. Sorry, guys. I like to think that I'm good at vamping, but I'm not. So like twice now, I've been put in a position where I need to like vamp all by myself, and I fucking suck. So thank you. I have to put this down. I'm right-handed, and this is my right hand. I have no idea That's me. I'm sending security alert. Oh, that was whatever. Uh, no thanks. I might have accidentally turned on notifications from Gmail. You know how we always ignore that shit? It's like, no, I don't want fucking desktop notifications when I get a goddamn email. I'll just look. I have sent you the link, my good sir. In between now and me having a guest, please enjoy the silence and me brushing my hair because I got knots in it and it sucks. did you? How long did it stream after my?
I think it's still streaming.
The old one or the new one?
The old one. I kept babbling on. It kept going. I think it's still streaming.
Oh shit, that's cool. Hey, wait, is it like a totally separate stream with just you on it?
Yeah, I was babbling on for a while with just me.
Oh, that's nuts. Okay.
I think they switched. Yeah, it switched my bad camera, and it says it's using my good camera.
And apparently, this is all like one big random coincidence. I think something has happened to your audio because you kind of sound like shit to me right now.
Oh, let's go out and come back in, change everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see how you sound.
Testing.
You still sound random.
It says I'm using the good audio and the good camera. I'm clearly not using the good camera. So it's not doing what it says it's doing for me.
Yeah, and apparently it's not like a setting that I can do on my end because I guess your own computer is saying, nope, we're lying to you. You're using the good one.
Okay, there's the good camera.
Yeah, you got the good camera. No, Mazzy, you're not.
Audio.
No, Mazzy, you're not late. In fact, I had an electrical storm just 2 minutes ago. We were in the middle of a stream and it ended because God tried to murder me with electricity. And when God tried to murder me with electricity, he fucked up Dylan's microphone.
I don't know why it said I was using it before, but I should be using it now. Otherwise,
nope. No, it's still the shitty one.
Well, it was working on the last room. It's not using my good mic.
That is weird. So it's like, okay, so like I know when I go to other people's streams, it's like, okay, on like my end, there's a settings that I can check, like just totally on my computer. Like, am I coming through the mic on the computer or the mic that I'm holding in my hand here? But then like on like StreamYard, I hear you scratching.
Okay, so did it transfer it this time?
Yeah, you're on the good mic now.
Okay, after 3 times of telling me I'm using the good shit, it's actually using the good shit this time.
Yeah, you're using the good shit. So and Matt Hibner volunteered to come back in your steed. I think he thought maybe you did you dipped out for good too. How long did it let you keep going after it like cut me off?
Up until I came on over here.
So, let, that is awesome. Oh, these technical things are funny. Let's see. I want to see if it has me. God damn it, it's got me signed out of fucking everything. When something goes wrong, like 1,000 other things go wrong. All right. I just want to see if it still has this second stream running. Oh, Matt's coming in. You all, Matt. Where did he go? There he is. Steve Wolf is now joining. And Steve Wolf is not on camera. And I cannot hear you, Steve Wolf.
Am I okay? Well,
now I can hear you.
let me check out my camera situation. Boy, this is a whole bunch of mess going on tonight, huh?
Yeah, it sure is.
We're fighting against God. It's crazy.
Guys,
Okay,
for those of you just now, oh, yeah, Dylan, you sounded even better just now. So if whatever magic you did, keep doing it or stop while you're ahead.
This is frustrating. This configuration in this second room.
Oh, shit. But if you're late tuning in, I was almost murdered by God. He threw electricity at me. And while I escaped unscathed, it did some damage. I did not have the correct gears equipped, and it knocked out my internet for 10 minutes. And now everything is acting funny on all of our ends. Apparently, on my other computer right here, I'm signed out of fucking everything. So there's that.
So we've gone completely derailed. At this point, we're just doing a sound check.
We're just doing a sound check for a few minutes. We're doing a check for a few minutes while we just get kind of reorganized. Live TV, folks.
Testes, 1, 2.
You sound
3.
great. Yep, you sound great to me. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I think, yeah, Matt dropped himself out, and I think he's coming back in a minute, maybe. What the fuck? What were we even talking about before before the attempted murder by our Lord and Savior? Lily of the Valley. I know we got to that.
Something about Jesse. I started rambling on about Badger for a bit, and who was it over on the other side? I think it was Beloved Chatter that asked about the Badger Skinny Pete gayness, and I was like, oh, I never thought about that. And if there were a bottom, Skinny Pete was cellmates with Tuco, so he would have been the bottom there. So by extrapolation, if Badger and Skinny Pete banged, Badger is totally the top.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now it looks like Steve Wolf is back, and he is on screen.
Hey,
and
wow.
Yeah, wow.
All the gay guys really loved Combo, though, because he had him an extra fuckhole.
God, he had and he had extra cushion for the pushing. Combo, it was one of the guys that would show up at that Breaking Bad tour all the time too. I don't know if
he's got nothing better to do.
He's
Badger's getting roles now. Fucking Combo isn't.
Yeah, Badger's work. Say, wasn't Badger in The Office, or was that like his twin brother or something? if you don't know what I'm talking about, is that there's someone that was in the office that was like one of Dwight's cousins or something
Oh, that
like
might have been
that.
him.
Yeah.
Now that you mention, I think he might have been one of the cousins.
Okay. Because I mean, I was like, is that fucking Badger? I was like, oh shit, he's on actually on NBC and shit. Poor Skinny Pete hasn't gotten any fucking roles that I know of after Breaking Bad. If he has, I can't recognize him because I'm so used to seeing him in the hat or skull cap or whatever you call it.
Mr. Mayhew. I forgot about that. Introduced to Saul as Mr. Mayhew.
Faith of the Magora, fellow potato eater.
And when Saul was trying to help him devise a plan, he kept going back like, yeah, we can do this big old convoluted plan. Are we sure we just don't want to?
So we just want in the Chowlon. Like,
Are you sure we could get O'Reilly and Adebisi to grind up some glass and put it in Combo's lunch? We could do that if you'd like.
and that's such an epic episode. I mean, it's good all the way through. One of the things I wanted to talk about to whoever got the join today was like, what are your favorite like random episodes? And I mean, we're probably all going to have probably pretty similar tastes when it comes to this show. Like what, like I'm going to give you a controversial one that's one of my favorites because I can just watch it without having to feel like I got to watch something before it or after. And the one that I'm going to pick is The Fly because I can just watch it and just don't feel obligated to watch the next episode. I'm just like, all right, I got to have some comfort food with Breaking Bad without feeling like I've got to binge an entire season. What about you guys?
I've only seen the first 4 episodes, so I want you to spoil the ending. Does he die at the end?
The very last scene,
Yep.
very much like Jack Shepard in Lost. The camera pulls up as he gets shot. It's a big old shootout. And he won, but he got shot, and he still dies, and the cancer was back, so he's going to die anyways. And
what happened to Malcolm? Did he ever get like new parents or like and his brothers?
Malcolm Jamal Warner?
It's a terrible joke. Breaking Bad's dad was the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
How did I miss that?
I'm sorry. Like to me, they're canonically connected, so it's like the sequel series.
Well, they are in a sense because on the Breaking Bad DVD set, if you buy it, they have a bonus scene that is
the Bob Newhart ending. the bonus Bob Newhart ending.
They have that.
Oh, and he wakes up and it's Malcolm in the Middle the whole time?
Yeah.
See, I knew it.
Incredible dream. Yeah, they filmed it and it's on the DVD. They have a bunch of fun extras on the DVD like that.
I feel vindicated. Thank you.
What sucks is that I bought the barrel. I got the gigantic barrel Blu-ray box set, but that's all up in storage up north, and so I haven't got to see it in forever. It came with a lot of cool stuff. It came with a Los Polios like cooking apron. It came with it was a fake book of matches that said Better Call Saul on it, but it was actually a 4 gig USB drive. And then, of course, like the Blu-rays and that shit, Jesus, that fucking show had like 100 hours of special features that you could just geek out on if you really wanted to.
Sounds like it's Peter Jackson directed it, I guess, huh?
But Dylan, what was your what's one of your favorite episodes, or do you have one like mine that you just like if you just want to watch one without feeling obligated to like binge watch a whole season or anything? Do you ever just put on one episode and just watch it?
I think of two. Something with an episode with something epic. Either the showdown with the cousins versus Hank in the parking lot, or Gus killing everyone with the poison down in Mexico with the Zamvirjo Inejo.
Yeah, and I mean, and then that episode that kind of portrayed Jesse as kind of a badass. If you think about it, Jesse's really not ever like shown as like a badass, but he's like actually like he turns out to be a really good shot with that gun during all that chaos.
They set it up earlier in the season where they Gus made a fake emergency for him to help Mike out with. This one was for realsies. So I guess mine is based on body count. Well, actually, it wasn't a big body count with Hank versus the cousins, but he did blow one of their brains out after slamming a truck into the other one. So yeah, the very violent finales of those two jump out to me.
And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, when poor Hank is in that truck and he is just driving backwards, like, what's it gonna take to kill this fucker? He's been driving backward for like 30 seconds, and this son of a bitch just shows no sign of dying whatsoever, and didn't die right then and there. He survived.
The next episode,
Yeah.
when they show him, they amputated his legs. But when he sees, it must have been Walter that he sees, and he pulls himself across the hospital floor with his bloody nubs.
Ugh.
They made those cousins into such murder machines.
They did, and and that if they ever wanted to revisit the Breaking Bad property, they got an easy one right there. It's like what went on with the brothers, during their teenage years and their 20s and all that. Because you see them as little kids, when Hector decides to teach one of them a lesson and like goes to drown the other one to make the other kid like, oh shit, I gotta fight to save my brother's life. So they're normal talky fun, having fun, playing catch kids, and then the next thing you know, they're grown adults with the scariest cowboy boots you've ever seen, with the skull on the end of them.
Yeah, the immigrant truck making its way into the USA, and someone comments on those boots. Oh no.
He realized once he commented on those boots that him acknowledging those boots meant he figured out who those people was, and he's dead. Because you just saw the kid, that kid was just yapping. It's like, yeah, I've got a job waiting on me when I cross the border. My cousin's got this chop shop or something like that. Yap. Yo, dog, there's some really nice boots you. And then he just leans back because he knew this is where, if I knew how to do overlays, I would have that classic overlay. And that's when he knew he fucked up.
So, Doc, I'm kind of curious as to this tour thing that you were talking about earlier, because I didn't even know they had anything like that. Is that like an official thing, or is it like a fan thing that you do it on your own, or like what is that?
Well, I did it both ways. It's not officially like done by AMC. Now it's ran by
the people who used to get paychecks from Breaking Bad. Basically, how can we keep making money off of this? Let's get us a bus.
Yeah, they do. They had what I can explain it. It's like they have a replica of the RV, and that's what they take you around in the tour in, is this replica of the RV, and it's the inside of it is really cool. It's got all sorts of memorabilia and whatnot inside of it. It's uncomfortable as fuck, but charming. So, I was glad that it was as much of a piece of shit on the inside as you would imagine it was, but that's part of the charm of the fucking thing. And they even had this thing rigged up to where they can turn on this fake oven and this blue smoke comes out of the top of it. So it looks like
I thought you were going somewhere else with this oven tour.
6 million. That does seem like an awfully odd number now that we segue to that. But But
It's a little different when you say it out loud like that, and not in the chat room of a couple of dopes.
99.1% pure. And this, I don't know. It's a different type of cooking mechanisms. Uh, but they take you to Twisters, which is Los Polios in the show. They take you to Walter White's house. They take you to Jesse's house, the one that he ended up buying from his parents. uh they take you to the laundromat, and then you guess what? This is something it's pretty cool and kind of pretty sad at the same time. The laundromat, real life employees, they were on the show. They were just it was just another day at work for them, and they were being filmed. So when we went to the laundromat, a couple of the I mean, I guess if you want to call them main background actors that you would have seen in laundry scenes from Breaking Bad, they went up and introduced us like this is such and such. They you could see them for a couple of seconds in this episode in season 5, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And you actually got to walk around the laundromat a little bit, and they did some Hollywood trickery with the inside of the laundromat, but a lot of it they did film for the show. It was the actual inside of the laundromat. Um, After the laundromat, let's see, where else did we? Oh,
They sold you blue
Jesse,
glass candy.
that is part of it. That's part of it. That's not part of the actual tour though. I had to seek that out on my own. There's a woman there, and her, not the best name. You can find her, I guess, if you search for her on Facebook or whatever. But she was like the she called herself like the Albuquerque Candy Lady. It was something, just a dumb name like that. That not real good. Not a good name to advertise herself. She actually made the blue meth for the show for like season 2, and then they figured out, we can make it ourselves for a lot cheaper than paying this lady to make it for us. But
Wow.
but that I did find the lady. I went there. That place is totally full of memorabilia too. She sold me some blue meth.
Nice.
I got it. It tasted real good. I got a lot of like knickknacks from it. A lot of shit that is, well, it's in storage up north, and I'm sure it's not it's not safe to eat anymore. But I ended up bringing some chocolate and stuff home with me, and just want to take it out of the package. I just wanted to admire it. Little did I know I would end up abandoning it up north for years and
There
years.
was the real Kramer tour that they had on Seinfeld. I wonder if you could get the real Wendy tour. Get blown by the inspiration for the meth hooker.
Yeah, see, I don't know about that character. So earlier when you guys were talking about Wendy giving blowjobs, I was like, oh no. What the fuck did I miss out on? And then I was talking about the show. Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, because I was hoping
It's
you
such
weren't
a fun opening. You can watch that just by itself. There's a lot of cold opens that they do that are fun like that. Of why we don't need to follow around this hooker for an opening act, but that was a fun opening act.
I'm just glad it wasn't the Dabbleverse, because for a hot minute there, I was like, man, the Dabbleverse is just way too much for me, and I might have to leave.
It is way too much. Hey, Big W, thank you for having me on Clown Town again the other day. Thank you for stopping by here. It's always good to see you. You're going to have to come on here one of these days so I can badger you, okay? But
badger him? You want him to be the Skinny Pete to your badger there? Hey, now.
Yeah, you'll be my badger. I'll be your Skinny Pete. You be my badger. But some other cool things about the tour. Back to Twisters, though. Okay, we were talking about, like, Dylan knows this from all the shit that he's done on TV and stuff. It's like they'll film a location, and on TV they'll make it look like Twisters. I'm just making this up, but Twisters is right beside of a 7-Eleven, and that's how it is on the show. But in real life, Twisters isn't really beside of a 7-Eleven. In real life, Twisters is beside of a junkyard, and this junkyard has an ostrich.
What?
Yes, and when I went to Twisters on my own after the tour, I drove there, and I noticed the garbage dump or whatever, the auto dump early. It's not the auto dump from Breaking Bad. It's just a random one. Uh, when I went there by myself,
that one
there's
had
a
Larry Hankin instead of an
yeah
ostrich.
yeah Larry Hank, the excellent, like basically like to me, he acted like what I imagine a sovereign citizen always acts like someone that just he thinks he knows the letter of the law. He might know the letter of the law, but he definitely thinks he knows the letter of the law.
He knew enough.
He knew
That
enough.
is not a vehicle. That is a domicile.
Yeah, but to me, that's like that. That is someone that, if they fleshed out his character, he's definitely a sovereign citizen.
He did come back for El Camino, helping them hotwire the car, and then, oh shit, this has got low jack.
Oh shit!
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you should too. Yeah. Oh, that guy was great. I loved his appearances. But no, this ostrich was so crazy. Cause I've never been close to an ostrich before, and I see this fucking ostrich beside Twister. So I like run up to the gate, and the thing comes up to me, and it's kind of like trying to like headbutt me over the fucking fence.
That's huge. Those things are huge.
Those fucking things are, God, they're huge and scary. But it's still, I'm crazier than a shithouse rat. Anyway, I still turned around and got my camera phone out, and I was like, and I just kept walking beside of it, trying to get selfies of me and this goddamn ostrich that definitely was trying to headbutt me or poke me with its beak. Then, also not on the tour. After I did that, Hank's fucking mansion or whatever. That ain't no house. That's a mansion of some sort. I found out where that was, and it wasn't too far down the road from Twisters. It was on like a 10-minute drive, and it's on basically on top of a mountain, and it's a big community. You can tell it's where the millionaires of Albuquerque live. So because it's on top of a mountain, so they're looking down on all the poor people. And I went up there, and it's in a dead end road, so you could tell that they are probably kind of used to having people tour there, but I wasn't taking any chances. I just parked my rental car, got out, took a couple of selfies of it with it behind me, and got the fuck out of there before they called the cops. I was like, yeah, I don't want any hassle. I'm sure they're probably sick and tired of fans showing up at their house. So trying to think of what else. But yeah, that candy lady was fun, because there's one part where they dress you up as Walter White, and you get to like you look like you're creating the meth. Like you look like you're like, cracking the cracking the candy and all that good stuff. So, God, it was a lot of fun. I hope I get to do it again one of these days.
Do they have a part where you can shoot Gale in the face?
No, I don't know where that. I think that was all Hollywood. I don't think that apartment complex even exists in the real world. But no, I'd love to shoot that fucker in the face. God, that guy went up my ass sideways. I'm sure he would have wanted to be up my ass sideways. In fact,
I think that he was just very effeminate. He liked gay things. I don't think he was a fegula himself.
Boy, they tried to say it without saying it as hard as humanly possible. Just the way he made his own tea in his apartment. What was that thing called that he drove to work? A pantaloon? Is that what that thing is called?
You don't drive pantaloons to work. You wear pantaloons on your lower half.
Whatever that fucking thing was that he pedaled to work was definitely another place I got to go to, and I didn't get to spend a lot of time because the parking was impossible, was the what do you call it, duplex that Jesse rented from Kristen Ritter. Is that technically a duplex?
It's like a side-by-side duplex.
Yeah, yeah. So like I went there, and it's actually for rent. So well, it was then. I mean, I had that brief moment because I'm like, well, I fucking work from home. How cool would it be that I moved to Albuquerque and I rent, because everybody in my
You could give the people on the tour a show.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would. Well, I would say that I
Have the
would, but
have the window busted out just like Jesse.
uh-huh. I would
No,
say
landlord, it's an aesthetic choice. I want to have my window busted out and filled in with cardboard.
that I want to have a destroyed kitchen where Walter White goes through it, digging through, to try to find the bags of meth to sell to Gus. In 1 hour, you got 1 hour, you're out. But yeah, that was for rent. So I had that fleeting moment. It's like, man, I could move here and I could rent that out. How cool would that be? But then I was like, yeah, let's come back to reality. The job I have might not be forever, and this place is hell on earth. So yeah, you don't want to be stuck in Albuquerque. So like, yeah, I think this is better left on the page. But sorry, I sidebarred like a motherfucker. Matt, have we sold you on watching this show yet by hearing me babble about it nonsensically?
Yeah, so far I've heard stories about bloody nubs and shooting in the face and people being attacked. And I guess I didn't get to see all that stuff because the first 4 episodes, the last thing I remember leaving off on was Walter White hadn't even turned bad yet. He was still trying to be the nice guy and do things.
He doesn't by the end of the first season because of the writer's strike. I think it's only 6 episodes, so you're so close to the end of the season. Oh, you didn't get to him explodifying Tuco, did you?
No.
That must be episode 5 when he explodifies. He beats Jesse almost to death. And then Walt comes back with what looks like meth, but whatever. Science. Pow. I'll blow this whole block up.
And he holds the thing up and he lets them know. It's like, yeah, all I've got to do is do this again, and we're all done. I think that might have been the same episode where it's got that hilarious line. It's like, I have the talking pillow. Because that's
in the first season. Definitely in
the
the first season where the big family meeting and you have to have the talking pillow.
Because that's your turn. That what we're getting at as we know what we're talking about because we've seen this episode really 1,000 times. Like they're having a family meeting, and when it's time for you to talk, when it's your turn, you have to hold the talking pillow.
Sure.
And then,
yeah.
and then you have to.
And no one else can talk.
No one else can talk, and that's when you say your truth to Walter. Like, Walter, you're really worrying the family because of this and that and this and that. And then when it's finally Walter's turn, someone interrupts him. He's like, I have the talking pillow. And it's just a goofy, dumb meme thing that us super fans get a kick out of.
It's reminiscent of Beavis and Butthead and the talking drum when it hit the teacher.
Van Driesen.
Van Driesen takes them all on a camping trip, and of course Beavis doesn't want to relinquish the drum. He wants to beat it harder and harder and harder.
He's just beating it all night.
Yeah. The talking pillow, yeah, that actually is a therapy technique when families fight and things like that. So, no, I'm sold on the idea of it. I just need a way that I can watch it digestibly and preferably in 2 times motion because much like Bimmy, it's 540 at all times. My kids, my suffering, my mountain.
No time. You have no time ever.
Yeah.
No time. No, I mean, there's.
Yeah. Once the kids are old enough that I can watch this stuff in front of them, I plan on having my backlog gone through. It's just that they're too young to watch the stuff, and
yeah,
next year they'll be old enough. It'll be fine.
Yeah, me not being a parent and also me being completely irresponsible. I'm just going to say this, and you take it with a grain of salt. I don't think there's anything too much on that show that a kid would even understand what they're looking at, except for like when Gus gets killed. That's graphic. And Dylan, you correct me. I can't think of anything else that's graphic that would scare. I mean, there's other graphic things like when Jesse goes to the strip club that you would have to skip past, but graphic. I don't.
The cousin slowly killing Hank with axes. That's
Yeah.
until he runs them over. And I think the headshot, if I remember, is kind of graphic on the
Oh, it
cousin that
is.
he doesn't run his legs into pulp.
Because it shows it come out the back end. So yeah, you see it, that one they didn't do any TV trickery. You straight up see that bullet come out the back of his head.
And there's no blood, but it is pretty disturbing to watch Kristen Ritter, good old Jane, choke to death on her vomit. Just watching for a solid. You're there with Walter, who could stop this at any time, and he doesn't, and it's his fault. I
Hey
didn't
kids,
notice
we
that.
got a new show we could watch.
We got this. Yes, that's why I said take what I say with a grain of salt, because I'm on team watching a woman puke, die on her own puke. Isn't that graphic? I'm a Who hasn't walked by a woman choking to death on her own vomit and dying and just, I got Whataburger to eat, lady. What do you want me to do? Let it get cold?
All right, all right. Hey, so kids, we're gonna watch Breaking Bad. Does that sound good to you?
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
They have the
That
right
joke-
idea.
the joke didn't work the way I wanted it to work. Sorry.
Okay.
But thanks anyways, guys. Thanks. We appreciate you.
You should.
All right, they appeared on the
He
screen.
threw it out
and-
there.
Yeah, he threw
I
it out
tried,
there.
guys. I tried.
Just got to throw it on the back pile now. They're not down for watching. What's another good graphic one you're not thinking of? Well, the whole shootout with a robot at the end. And you didn't even realize they were setting up for there to be a robot shootout at the end when Jesse is saying, "We're gonna build a robot." No, Jesse.
That's another reason why that episode. It's like, okay, Breaking Bad is like wrestling in the sense of this. When wrestling's funny, it's one of the funniest things on the planet. Like, I mean, I know it's been, like the funny stuff that DX did when Mae Young gave birth to a hand. I don't know. There's stuff that's happened. Sid Vicious jumping up and down on the car going, why God, why me? Breaking Bad was like that in the sense it's like Breaking Bad, definitely not a comedy at all. Neither was Better Call Saul. But when they decide it's time for comedy, it's the funniest, sharpest shit you've ever heard. So, like the 4 days out episode is a great example of that. It's like,
well, they did have the comedy relief in Hank until he got PTSD from watching Danny Trejo's decapitated head get exploded on a turtle, and all of his coworkers in pieces beg for help. So that's another graphic scene you might have forgot about.
I kind of forgot about Hank trying to help, like, tie his belt around the one guy's leg that got blown off to prevent him from dying. That might be a little graphic for children your age, man. So,
They've seen Jaws already.
Or the good old Raja Jackson scene that they have when Hank just has had fucking enough and pounds Jesse into absolute. Yeah, he should have been disfigured for the rest of the series.
yeah, he was pounded into dirt without mercy, and and you thought for sure, like when Jesse basically gave that speech from the hospital bed, like, it's like, oh, Jesse is not ever going to listen to reason. And I'm still not sure what changed his mind, because he was hell bent on making sure Hank went down in flames after getting beat to death by him. But I guess maybe it was greed. I don't know. But he changed his mind by the end of that episode to go ahead and just turn the other cheek and start working with Hank and Gus. Not Hank and Gus, Walter and Gus. Yeah.
I love how initially you were like, well, there's nothing really too bad in the show. And now we just spent 5 minutes listing horrors that would like warp anyone's mind, let alone a kid.
There's a graphic box cutter across the throat scene where you really see the.
There's the
Charlie Kirk has nothing on him.
There's a different type of graphic, like breaking the news to your disabled child with the MS that you have cancer and you're going to die. That's a different type of traumatic scene that you don't want to have to ever do in real life. Yeah,
they kill a kid.
They kill a kid. They definitely kill at least one.
They kill a kid.
Well, see, that's okay to show kids because that puts kids in line. Like they watched Krampus recently, or like a year ago, and scared them straight, man. During Christmas time, they're real good now.
Like, well, scare kids straight. That's one thing my dad did. He there's this creek behind the house, and one day he was like, "Little Harley, come here." I was like, all right. He's like, you know how I've been telling you to stay the fuck away from this goddamn creek. Well, he didn't say it that stiffly, okay? But he's like, I told you to stay away from this creek. There's snakes in it. And I go, yeah. He's like, what's that? And it's like, that's a snake, Dad. And it's like, yeah, I killed it. But what if I wouldn't have killed it? That snake could have, that poisonous snake right there could have bit you and killed you. And I was like, oh my God. But here I am. I'm a dumb kid. So what do you think I did? I stomped on the snake because I thought it was dead. It wasn't fucking dead. Dad either lied or he did. He's not a very good snake killer because I stomped that and that motherfucker went, blah. It did the spring thing that cartoon snakes do. Blah. And it's jumped up in there, and I ran. I've never ran that fast or that far since, but I ran, and I still to this day, I remember kind of turning around and looking at my dad, wondering why my dad isn't running with me, and my dad was belly laughing at me. Just it's like, my son's being chased by this poisonous thing. The funniest thing I've ever seen.
There's anti-venom down at the hospital. They could get you all cleared up.
I hate to say it, but I am that kind of dad. Like I let my kids fail on purpose sometimes just to have them learn because I don't know. If you shelter kids too much, then they get screwed up. But like going back on topic to show what to show a kid, right? If Breaking Bad presented stuff like violently in a really moralistic sense, a lot of the original Grimm's fairy tales from Germany were really fucked up. Like the real story of Cinderella, she was sleeping in the fireplace, all this shit. Like a lot of abuse and death and things like that. But like,
stepsisters got their eyes pecked out by pigeons or whatever the fuck the birds were.
Yeah. And the real version of Red Riding Hood, they don't make it back out. The wolf eats them, and that's it. Don't fuck around with the wolf, So if Breaking Bad had that, I would show it to my kids, but it's stylized in a way where it's like brutal on purpose. And
the closest thing I could say is that they kind of teach you in the first 2 seasons for a while. In its own way, it kind of teaches you that crime doesn't pay, because Dylan will remember this. The episode after that, the episode of 4 Days Out, it starts with Walter going to get a scan at the hospital, and on the way out, Walter catches in the reflection a giant spot on the screen, and Walter thinks what he's seeing on the screen is like, he doesn't know that it's just inflammation. He thinks it's a gigantic like cancer spot. Like, oh, I'm going to be dead in a week. 2 weeks tops. So he meets with Saul Goodman, and they're having a discussion about, like, about him going ahead and laundering the money that he has on hand at the moment. And Walter's like, I have $16,000 to launder. And Saul Goodman, he breaks it down. He's like, well, after my cut and after this and after that, yeah, you're going to be laundering about $8,000. You're going to be laundering a secondhand Subaru. So, in a sense, it teaches you that crime doesn't pay. But
he kept losing his money. There were multiple times that his money was just all fucked up and just flew away. The one time, as I mentioned, with Ted.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Ted, yeah.
Actually, I said the wrong Ted earlier. I said Ted and Gretchen. Ted Beneke. He was he was the boss guy, motherfucker. Just $600,000 gone.
Just gone. That's where you got that classic scene from the crawl space, because Walter is making that he's wanting to get that money because he's convinced this is it. Me and my family are fucking dead. I've got to get the money that I have hidden under the house.
Chekhov's disappearer. The first time that they're going to use the unseen Robert Forster disappearer.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see him a few years later.
Yep. So he goes to get under the house to get that money because he's about to round up his kids and meet the disappearer. And he can't find it. And then Skylar hears the ruckus and goes in there and sees that the I don't know, the door leading to the, whatever you call it. It's not a basement. It's the underneath of a house.
It's a crawl space.
Crawl space. That's it. Sorry. Again, I have a curse, everybody. There are everyday words that I can't think of. And they just go away. and she sees Walter down there covered in cobwebs. And she's like, I couldn't find my money. And then she admits what she did, and he just starts laughing maniacally because he cannot believe how fucked they are. And that's how that episode ended, and it was very good.
He is the danger. He is the one who knocks.
He is the one. Yeah, that was.
And people, they just love that as like a badass thing to say. But he was so full of shit. He is not the one who knocks. He's putting on this front and badass line. What if someone comes and knocks on our house to kill us? I'm the one who knocks. Yeah. Badass line. But no, you're not.
Not at all. Not at all. You can get in touch with the people that might be the badasses that do the knocking, but you yourself are not the one that goes and knocks. He put the explosive device on Hector Salamanca's wheelchair, but he wasn't the one. He wasn't in the room when it happened. He hired.
Oh, that's another one. Like bringing you brought a meth lab to an airport. You brought a bomb to a hospital.
And it's such a funny scene, like right after, like Walter's in like what I'm assuming is a rental car parking lot, and he's listening to like, whatever that station's like easy morning drive radio is, and like, oh, and we got some very disturbing news. There's been an explosion at an old folks home. And then, and that season wraps up nicely because that's the same one where, it turned out it wasn't Ryson after all. Jesse was absolved because it didn't turn out to be Ryson. He didn't actually put his foot in the mouth. Turned out it was Lily of the Valley, and yeah. So that's for those of you turning in for the first time, because I know I'm simulcasting to Twitter, which I've never done before. This is what it's like to talk to me. I can't stick to one subject in numerical order. I'm all over the map.
Despite my attempts to derail you from Breaking Bad, you've held on. So, congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, so yeah, I guess if we were salesmen, please check out the show so we can nerd out about it together.
Yeah, I think I will. If nothing else, I'll look up, the Reader's Digest version of the show. Like, there's like fan edits and stuff. Like, people make like mini movies, and I'll see if I can catch like a really good edited version where they get to all the good stuff. But I'm gonna, now that Dylan's back on, I feel like I could leave you guys to your devices, and I'm gonna probably head out for the night. But thanks for letting me on and letting me fuck around.
Thank you for coming on. You were without me even having to ask, you about pulled my ass out of a fire of like not knowing what the hell was going on with my electric going out, and Dylan disappeared and da, 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 da.
I figured that he got pulled in the computer like Freakazoid or something. Like the electricity like grabbed him and sucked him in. I was like, well, if he's not coming back, I got to pinch hit and get in there. So
yeah, no. Thank you for coming by, and of course, I want you to come back on. Sometime in the future too, when you've got time and everything. I know.
Yeah, anytime. Just let me know.
Okay. All right. But yeah, thank you very much. And you, without you even trying, you added a whole lot to our conversation here. So thanks.
I have fully derailed the show, and it's time to get it back on the track. And I will see you guys next time. Okay. So
okay.
Have a good night.
Hey, see ya. We'll talk later.
Night.
I guess big episodes.
Your square is glitchy as fuck right now.
Oh no! Hope my damn internet. Am I still glitching? It looks like
this is a new type of glitch. You're like in a picture-in-picture in just the top left-hand corner. Try switching to another view and back to this view. Nope, still doing it. You've got a really long arm now. Now you're normal.
Now I'm normal?
Yeah, especially with the way you were giving a Zig Heil there. You're all normal and such.
I mean, is the okay? So, yeah, technical difficulties, folks. This is like what that stupid Mark Zuckerberg went through the other day when he was trying to like demonstrate the Facebook glasses or whatever, and like nothing was going right. Like he was like, "I'm going to answer this phone call."
I saw the way they parried that in GTA 5 when his head blowed up.
Yeah, so they're like, yeah, so
different than when Gus's half his body blowed up.
That was great. I mean, I couldn't imagine that
him fixing his tie in his last moments of like, all right, I got fucked up, but we can cover this back up. We'll get back to, I'm dead.
Oh, I'm deader than shit, deader than a goddamn doornail. I just don't know it yet. Yeah, because like when I watched it live back in the day, and you're in that moment where you're having like that suspension of disbelief, like watching wrestling. You're like, and you see Gus walk out, and his clothes are messed up and everything. He seems a little beat up, but you're like, what's it gonna take to kill this fucker? And then you're like, oh my god, this is as close as they're ever going to get. And then you're like, oh no, okay, they succeeded. I spoke too soon.
Full on Harvey Dent. Half his face is gone.
Half his face is gone.
Okay, there we go. He's very dead. Now it makes sense.
Did I glitch the stream? I guess so.
This whole second stream has been glitched. I thought it was funny you couldn't jump back on the first one, and I was just babbling for 10 minutes alone there while you were babbling for 10 minutes alone on the new stream.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when God tries to kill me with electricity, I guess. And then, of course, all the other stuff, like on the other computer I have off screen right here, I'm logged out of everything. And I had this computer pretty much solely for like little, being able to check, being able to go onto my Twitter and say, okay.
Very much like Walter White's second phone.
like Walter White. Except I don't have to keep this one submerged in the toilet. But yeah, so fuck whatever.
Or in the roof of the classroom that you forget to silence and fucking out yourself in front of the whose phone is that?
Whose phone is that? I said phones off. Phones on silent. Oh, that's my phone. Shit. But yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk about this, and I know I'm going to get off of this stream tonight, kicking myself, going, why didn't I talk about A, B, C, D, E, F, G? But that's just the curse of being me. But I wanted to go by the seasons a little bit. Season 1, I don't really have a favorite episode because they're all, to me, season 1 is just one long episode, and it's kind of like they're figuring out the show. And the way you think some characters are going to end up being major characters, and then they don't turn out to be major characters at all. Like I thought Walter Jr. was going to be a bigger character. No, I didn't want him to be, but I thought he was going to be a bigger character in the show, and then it didn't happen.
My big boy pants was from the first episode.
My big boy pants, mommy. And then we thought Hank was going to be a straight up just LOL comedy character, and then they course corrected Hank and made him a.
They basically once they gave him PTSD in season 2, they needed to bring Saul in to serve that purpose of comedy relief.
Yeah, they did, and of course Saul Goodman's just perfect in that role. But to me, it's like
you're talking about season 1. I mentioned the episode with the explosion. That's the
yes.
I remember that intro. It gave us a glimpse into the future. Oh, that's when he shaved his head.
Yes,
because we see him with his head shaved. With all this chaos, we think it's like months and months in the future.
Yeah,
it's just later. It's a couple days later from when he's got his full head of hair and regular old Walter.
That scene was supposed to give. It was supposed to make you paint a picture in your own mind of like just what the hell happened to Walter, because that's how the episode opens, with Walter walking through his car. His head is now completely shaved. He's got a nosebleed. There's chaos going on in the background, and it's wanting you to just
war
shock
zone.
you. Yeah,
Detroit in RoboCop type of dystopian shithole.
Thankfully, Walter did not have to shoot a woman in her dress to shoot a guy in the cock that was trying to R-word her at any point in this show. But yeah, it's like season 1, they're just figuring out the show. So I don't really have like a favorite episode or anything like that out of season 1. It was a pretty short season too. Like I believe
6 episodes because of the writer's strike. They were going to turn Walt completely bad. They were going to kill Jesse.
Yes.
So they changed a lot. Jesse was just going to be a device to get Walt into meth. And then when they saw what Aaron Paul could do, they're like, let's not kill him. Let's not.
But starting in season 2, in my opinion, season 2, we're just off to the races. It's obvious that this TV series is going to be one of the greatest series of all time, in the opinion of many people. And like I've said a million times, Breaking Bad is my favorite TV show of all time. The second is Better Call Saul, and it is close.
And you've mentioned opposite for me, Saul 1. Bad might be as far down as 3 or 4. Actually,
okay.
As much as I love the show, I know for me, Saul is like be all end all. But the episode in season 2 that I think of is the one you've mentioned several times. The Walt and Jesse episode. I love simple, like when the first Saw came out. Something simple but intriguing. 2 guys in a room. We've got 2 guys out in the fucking desert, and there are such captivating characters that I'm entertained the entire time.
Yeah, for those of you wanting it's like it's a great one. Like what he's saying, it's a great one you can just watch in a vacuum. It's called 4 Days Out. It's season 2. It's pretty much just Walt and Jesse 90% of the episode. It just has that little bit of foreshadowing. The whole reason they're going 4 days out is like what I was talking about a minute ago. Walt misdiagnoses himself. He thinks he's looking at a gigantic cancer uh, in the X-ray, and so he gets with Saul. Yada yada yada. 4 days out. Won't spoil it. I think most everybody watching this with us probably has seen it, but shit, go back and watch it again. Have a hoot. The one before it was the introduction to Saul Goodman. So if you did want to watch if you wanted to watch just one, you could just watch the aptly titled Better Call Saul episode of season 2, followed by 4 days out if you wanted to make it a twofer. But those are my favorite episodes from that season. What say you?
Uh, um, it's hard for me to argue any episode for or against.
Yeah.
Especially because we didn't do a rewatch before we did this, so it does flow together like a movie. The episodes. The Trying to think of one from. Oh, Fly was in season 3. I think we kept saying season 4. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
is. You're correct. It is season 3. For some reason, my brain always has Fly in season 4. I don't know why.
I was thinking it was season 4 as well. Yeah, trying to pull out which is my favorite without a recent watch through. I think I've tapped out. I think I just went over all of them because
Yeah.
it's just an overall like nonstop story from beginning to end. There's no there's never like full resolution to like, all right, we can go to bed and sleep. No, there's always some type of mayhem that's unfolding.
Yeah, season 3 for me, I mean that whole season is just so good that it's kind of hard to pick like one of them out of the ether as a favorite. But when I just want to watch one out of just to watch one from that season, I go with Fly. Season 4's got a lot of like good ones too. I mean, it opens up with Box Cutter, and that's where we see Gus decide to, put on some family friendly entertainment with one of his loyal henchmen. um, but we glossed over the introduction to Mike. I thought that was like a very strong episode too. It's like, and you found
That
out
was
Mike
the finale, correct?
Yeah.
Season 2 finale where we see Mike the Fixer for the first time.
Yeah, we see Mike the Fixer for the first time. He slaps Jesse around to get him to snap out of it as much as he can before maybe the police arrive, maybe they don't. It just depends on how busy they are. And then by the end of that episode, it's established that Walt and Saul have it set up to where Jesse goes to like rehab far the fuck away from all this shit. So we kind of have like a little bit of a wrap up with that. But yeah, season 4, God, Crawl Space is a big one. The one where Mike like is installing all the bugs in Walt's house. So they
Walter, maybe it's not so bad to have people watching over you. As he's looking at the chalk outline of we're gonna kill this motherfucker from the cousins on the ground.
And it's like, I could tell Walter what this means, but he's not going to believe me. And Walter's kind of a prick anyway. And that's one thing about Walter throughout the entire series. Walter just can't calm the fuck down and let somebody be his friend. He's just a dick almost the entire season. Even when he's on the defense, you know, it's like I think any normal person, if they were encountered with Mike, they would tone it down a little bit. And Walter can't even seem to do that when clearly, like, Mike wanted to, and he proved a few times he could
Mike beat
handily
his ass in a bar fight.
beat his ass in a bar fight, put him in a hammerlock, and threw him in the back of his car with no effort at Beneke Fabricator when Walt went up there to fight back.
I forgot about that. Him about to make a big old public scene. No, you don't.
And it was like the way it was filmed. It was like the most effortless reverse hammerlock of all time to throw him in the back of the car and get him the fuck out of there. Yeah, Face Off was great. Yeah, but I know we can't go all night. The fifth season, some people consider it's like they call it like 5A and 5B. Some people are like, no, it's 5 and 6. I'm fine either way. I mean, if you consider it
technicality of
Yeah.
it being part 5-1A and 5-1B. So yeah, same with the Sopranos. They're the first one I can remember doing. It's one season, but you're taking a break as long as 2 seasons do. Whatever, do your thing.
Yeah. And now with that one, what if we just talk about like 5A or 5? It's like I got 2 favorite episodes, and like one is Dead Freight. That's we're gonna rob a fucking train. I love that.
That one is fucking tastic.
I mean, I can't express more. It's got Bill Burr in it back before there was Bill Burr fatigue. It was when the universe loved Bill Burr, and he had a great appearance on that episode as the the dopey idiot in what I just call I always just called the Texas dress up. When someone that is not from Texas and they want to, and they're a tourist in Texas, so they'll see this, like they'll see like a button up dress shirt of like an American flag, and it's like it's what you would wear if you just wanted to wear something that just says "I am a tourist," and Bill Burr is wearing that, and I don't believe they were even in Texas. I believe that was that dead zone. If I remember Lydia, I don't remember Lydia ever saying it was outside of New Mexico, so I'm assuming that's where that was, unless you heard otherwise.
Everything was shot in Albuquerque, so that I know that much.
I know that much. I bet, yeah. But no, but Bill Burr's appearance was great. It's just
he was home that night, so it wasn't that was a fun. Are you going to go off and murder people? Rob a train, or the dirt on his boots? What were you burying a body out in the desert? We were robbing a train.
Robbing a train, and it's just a good episode, like because it gets a little sciencey. You know, they explain that the methylamine weighs less than water, and so what they take out isn't necessarily what they're going to try to put back into the tanker. How they mapped out everything that they needed to do if they got that train stopped, and it stopped where it was supposed to. All the little pieces that they were going to have to detach from the train and then replace and put back on, so it doesn't appear that they were ever robbed. And I have no idea what those things that they were cutting off of the train was or wasn't. So you're just gonna have to watch that episode. And just the tenseness of, like, Walter basically being greedy, because at any point he could have just said, we've got plenty enough. They had plenty enough, like after they were sucking that methylamine out for the 1 or 2 minutes, they had enough for the rest of their lives anyway. But no, Walter was just like steadfast. Nope, I've got to have this tanker full. for some reason. And then the unfortunate ending where they the train takes off, they get out of there, they're celebrating.
witnesses.
No
Not a
witnesses.
in the world. We did it.
We did it. And the only noise we hear right now is the noise of this generator. But we're done. We're done robbing the train, so we can turn off the generator now. And they turn off the generator. And like, but why do we still hear the generator running? We just turned it off. And they turn their head. Nope. That's not the sound of a generator. That's the sound of a dirt bike that's running. And it's a little kid, and he's waving at us. And then, well, Todd waves back to the kid, and yeah,
A fantastic last minute, but final season evil man.
Oh,
Fucking Todd.
And the thing is, the thing about Todd is like Todd, you can tell there's nothing in him. He does not think he's a bad guy at all. I don't know that he thinks of himself as a good guy, but you can tell by the way he acts, his actions, the way he speaks. You can tell he doesn't think he's doing anything bad or evil. He's just almost like a nomad. He just knows he's carrying out actions. That's it. That one was great. The following one, Say My Name, is epic because that's where, till the end of time, we will have the Say My Name meme. But
who wants to live in a world without Pepsi?
No, I gotta correct you.
Without Coca-Cola.
Without it's like, I'm the New York Mets and you're grade school T-ball.
Everyone can live in a world without Pepsi.
Everyone can.
Coca-Cola.
I swear I've only drank Pepsi like 5 times in my life, and one of those times it tasted like oil. Oh,
well, it pretty much is oil. It's the syrupy water that we drink.
Old friend of mine stopped by for half a minute. I don't see when he stopped by exactly. But Slockenaw Films, Newt Wallen, someone that used to work in the adjacent Bimmy-verse, hasn't worked in the Bimmy-verse in many years. Thanks for stopping by, Newt. One of these days, as I've been talking to you, you got to come on here. We got to nerd out about the Zack Snyder's Justice League if you're still listening to me. And if you've been listening to me, Newt, you found out that I am not a professional broadcaster at all. So thank you for listening.
Doggy says you got to wrap up the last episode so she can poop.
Okay, so
final season, 5B.
5B. They're all perfect. Let me get one good solid look at the episode list so I can pick one, because if Doggy's got to poop, Doggy's got to poop. If we combine the whole season, 5A and 5B, then I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite one is Gliding All Over. That's the one that had so much going on, it's not even funny. It's the one where it's got 2 music videos in it. The Crystal Blue Persuasion.
Vince Gilligan has called that one like his magnum opus of the meth. Of the meth compilations, and it, like, I don't even remember all the ones before that. All the ones before that were very fun, but that's the only meth cooking song that comes to my mind is Crystal Blue Persuasion.
Yeah, it to me it's like the perfect episode.
And it's no Jesse.
There's no Jesse.
It's Walt and Psychopath Todd.
It's Walt and Psychopath Todd. It's Walt making the agreement with the WSs to take out all the people in the prison. It's got 2 great music videos in it. It's jam packed. It's like if you wanted to like kind of make Walter White seem like a Scarface. That's the episode I would point to. It's like, even though Walt himself didn't actually do anything, but he masterminded all this shit. So that's his.
He's the Charlie Manson.
He's the Charlie Manson, man. His hands didn't get dirty at all. He just made it clear. It's like, I want it done. I want it done like this. Figure it out, and it got figured out. So we got to hand it to him. So if I'm gonna,
Thank you,
I'm gonna,
Nickelodeon.
thank you, Nickelodeon. But that one I'm gonna put on as, probably my favorite episode of all time, all the seasons, including that season, is Gliding All Over. And what say you before we wrap up?
It stopped being fun, and it was still narratively very very interesting till the end. And as I said, I've got to close my eyes once we get to it's a phenomenal episode. The episode ending with the shootout, and then picking back up with the shootout of the Uncle Jack and Todd taking out. Yeah, you're glitchy again.
Damn it.
Taking out Hank for good. It's those two deaths, like, they really hit me in the gut. Hank and Jesse's girl just hit me so much in the gut. I can't really speak to how great that second half of season 5 is, because I'm like, I know it's coming. No.
It's rough, but it's part of what makes it one of the greatest TV series of all time, and my favorite one of all time. But I know your puppy's got to go, so we're gonna wrap her up here. I hope everybody liked hearing us ramble about Breaking Bad. For 2 streams in one night, who would have thought you would have gotten such great value? You can just thank God for trying to throw lightning at me.
Depending on who you ask, it was 1 stream or 2.
It was 1 stream, maybe 2 streams. Was there a grassy knoll? Was there a sloped roof back and to the left? We don't know. Thanks for all the randoms that stopped by tonight too, and everybody that watched. I know Twitter is going to lie to me and tell me that 1,000 people watched the 2 streams, and I know that's not the case at all. So I'm never gonna be that dipshit that goes, "Wow, I can't believe 10,000 people watched me last night." That's me being defensive. But Dylan, where can they find you?
Dylan from somewhere on YouTube and Rumble. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 11:30 p.m. I'm doing some sort of nonsense.
All right, there we go. Norm, it's always good to see you in the chat too. Thank you for coming by. I guess we're signing off, so I don't have a professional way of saying goodbye other than watch this exit music video, and thanks everybody. And I am hitting in stream and play outro.
Oh, yes. I've been waiting.
Chronic.